World Basketball Day just exposed something the mainstream media would rather ignore, while the WNBA and the Players Union remain locked in a power struggle that threatens the league's future. Something extraordinary is happening far beyond American borders. Fans from Slovenia to Singapore are waking up at 3 a.m. just to watch the Indiana Fever play. Not highlights, not clips, full games, live. People are flying across oceans for regular season matchups. Customs agents are recognizing Indiana Fever jerseys. Entire countries are begging for official merchandise that they can't even buy because international shipping hasn't caught up. This isn't normal growth. This isn't a slow build. This is a once-in-a-generation explosion, and it's being dangerously mismanaged. And if that sounds dramatic, wait until you understand the context. December 21st, 1891. That's the day Dr. James Naismith invented basketball, not as entertainment, but as a tool for Christian ministry. A Canadian physical educator working for the YMCA, Naismith created basketball to reach young people through faith, discipline, and physical competition. They called it muscular Christianity. The belief was simple: build character, build bodies, and build belief. Basketball spread globally because YMCA missionaries carried it across borders to China, Europe, Africa, using the game for outreach and connection. The sport was born with a mission to change lives. Keep that in mind, because what's happened with the Indiana Fever right now is the closest thing we've seen to that original viral spread in over a century. Now here's where things get wild. Yesterday, the Indiana Fever posted a simple question on X for World Basketball Day. Asterisk, where are you cheering from? Asterisk, they likely expected Indianapolis, maybe a few nearby states. What they got instead was a masterclass in the Caitlin Clark effect. And before anyone rushes to the comments claiming this isn't about one player, let's be clear. Kelsey Mitchell has said it publicly. Sue Bird admitted it on her own podcast. Even critics can't deny it anymore. Caitlin Clark brought an unprecedented wave of fans into the WNBA, and the Indiana Fever became ground zero for a global phenomenon. The responses poured in. New York, Minneapolis, South Carolina, normal enough. Then it escalated. Milan, Italy. One fan flew from Italy to New York City just to watch the Fever play the Liberty, a transatlantic flight, for a regular season WNBA game. Let that sink in. Then Slovenia. A fan said they watched every Fever game live. Never watched a full Lakers game. Never followed Dallas. But Indiana? Locked in. Every night. Brutal time zone difference and all. This isn't hype. This is history happening in real time. And the league.
I've flown from Italy to New York City just to see the Fever play against the Liberty. That's big time.
Here's where the league should be embarrassed. Fans across Europe and South America are openly begging for merchandise, and they can't get it. International shipping costs are reportedly outrageous. Availability is almost non-existent, and official channels are failing completely. You've got fans in Greece saying they want Caitlin Clark and Sophie Cunningham jerseys, but there's simply nowhere to buy them. Chile, Norway, Rwanda, same story everywhere. The demand is real. The money is ready to be spent, but the infrastructure? Missing. This isn't a marketing problem. It's business incompetence at the highest level. You're sitting on a global goldmine of interest and can't even fulfill basic jersey orders, and it goes deeper than merch. Take Singapore. A fan posted that waking up at 3 a.m. for Indiana Fever games is no problem at all. What they want next is even bigger. Bring the entire team to Singapore for an exhibition game. Think about that for a second. The NBA already has headquarters and infrastructure in Southeast Asia. It's a wealthy market, deeply invested in basketball, and fans are literally begging for access. The opportunity is sitting there untouched. Then there's Auckland, New Zealand. One fan shared that Fever fandom traveled across the Pacific all the way to Papua New Guinea for Christmas. That's not casual interest. That's cultural penetration. That's organic global expansion. The kind marketing departments spend millions trying to engineer. And it's happening naturally, driven by one generational talent and the team built around her. Now let's talk about the Connecticut Sun game, because this one is brutal. A fan attended a Fever versus Sun matchup in Connecticut on the Sun's home court and said there were more Indiana jerseys and stands than Connecticut jerseys. Let that sink in. That's not just strong traveling support. That's a complete takeover. Visiting fans outnumbering home fans in their own arena. If that doesn't tell you how dramatically women's basketball is shifting, nothing will. And it's not just international. Look at Oahu, Hawaii. A fan said they don't have any professional teams to support locally, so they've adopted Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever as their team. That's not a bandwagon. That's a new sports identity being formed. Then Washington. Illinois. One mom wrote that Caitlin brought her into college basketball. She followed her to the WNBA and now adores the entire Fever roster. That's the pipeline every league dreams of, college stardom turning into lifelong professional loyalty. This isn't potential anymore. It's reality.
Someone I'm from and live in Oahu in Hawaii. No professional sports teams to our name, so at least I got me CC and the Fever. Wow. Check this out. Watching the Fever from Norway. Isn't that beautiful?
Let's talk about the diversity of this fan base, because it completely shatters the lazy narrative that women's basketball only appeals to one demographic. Fans are posting from Germany, France, the UK, Canada, Nigeria, South Africa, Argentina, Chile, different continents, different cultures, different time zones, all united by one team. The images tell the story better than any stat sheet ever could. Young kids dressed head to toe in Fever gear. Elderly fans proudly holding up jerseys. Families traveling together to road games. Even a dog rocking a Caitlin Clark number 22 shirt. This is multi-generational. This is international. And it's growing at a speed no one anticipated. One fan in Chicago, deep in Sky territory, joked that friendships have been strained, but they're holding firm with their Fever loyalty. That's not casual interest. That's real sports passion. The kind that fuels rivalries, drives merchandise sales, and keeps fans engaged for decades. Another fan shared a moment at Canadian Customs. They walked through wearing a Caitlin Clark shirt, and the customs agent recognized immediately and was a fan too. That's cultural penetration. When border security recognizes your jersey, you've moved beyond sports. You've become a movement. Now here's a reality check. Sue Bird herself said that years from now, colleges will likely study this moment. Students will analyze how Caitlin Clark didn't just grow the WNBA. She ignited it almost overnight. And she's right. This isn't a slow build or a steady climb. This is a volcanic eruption of interest that caught everyone off guard, including the league. The distinction between figurative and literal matters here, because the numbers prove it. Attendance surged. Viewership ratings spiked. Merchandise sales exploded. Social media engagement went through the roof. Every measurable metric jumped in a single season. That simply doesn't happen until it did. And that's why the current situation is so frustrating to your witnessing once-in-a-lifetime momentum. Fans are tuning in from Rwanda, from Papua New Guinea, from countries where basketball isn't even a top 3 sport. They're setting alarms for 3 a.m. tip-offs. They're spending thousands on international flights. They're begging to give you money for jerseys and merchandise. And what's happened behind the scenes? A labor dispute that threatens to derail everything. The WNBA and the Players Union need to understand what's truly at stake. This isn't just about salaries or revenue splits. This is about capturing a moment that may never come again. Caitlin Clark has said repeatedly that this is the greatest moment in women's basketball history, and she's not wrong. But the greatest moment means nothing if the infrastructure collapses, if the season gets delayed or canceled. Those fans in Singapore may stop setting 3 a.m. alarms. Those fans in Italy may think twice before booking another transatlantic flight. That Fever takeover in Connecticut, it might fade. Momentum is fragile. You can't pause it and expect it to come back at the same intensity. The league has a responsibility to every fan who posted their location yesterday, from West Des Moines, Iowa to Athens, Greece, to get this right.
It's further evidence of why the WNBA and the Players Union need to get it together, because there are people who are watching now. I'm sure they're going to watch the players wherever they end up, but people are dialed into the WNBA. This is, as Caitlin has said over and over again, the greatest moment for women's basketball. It would behoove all involved to get this thing together.
Let's bring this back to where basketball began. In 1891, Dr. James Naismith didn't create the game for profit, fame, or television ratings. He created it to reach people, to build community, to shape character, and to carry a message beyond borders. He could never have imagined the global phenomenon basketball would become, but the core principle he built it on still holds true today. Basketball connects people that IT transcends language, geography, politics, and culture. And what the Indiana Fever are experiencing right now is living proof that women's basketball carries that same power, the same global pull, the same ability to unite strangers around a shared passion. The question isn't whether the athletes have delivered. They have. The real question is whether the business side of the league can rise to meet the moment those athletes created. As Caitlin Clark herself would say, a rising tide lifts all boats. The surge of attention around Indiana hasn't hurt the rest of the league. It's elevated it. Aaliyah Boston is finally getting the recognition she deserves as a dominant force. Kelsey Mitchell is being seen at last as the elite scorer she's always been. Lexi Hull now has fans following her across borders. And beyond Indiana, the Sun, the Sky, the Liberty, every team has benefited from increased visibility and renewed energy. But that only continues if the league capitalizes on it. That means fixing international merchandise shipping immediately. It means scheduling exhibition games in Europe and Southeast Asia, including markets like Singapore where basketball infrastructure already exists. It means expanding global streaming access so fans in different time zones can watch without barriers. And most importantly, it means resolving the labor situation before it fractures its momentum. Think about what we just witnessed. A single social media post asking where fans were watching from turned into a global roll call. Hundreds of responses, dozens of countries, fans sharing photos, telling personal stories, expressing frustration about merchandise shortages, and pledging loyalty despite every obstacle placed in front of them. That isn't manufactured hype. That's organic, passionate fandom. That's the foundation every great sports league is built on, and was handed to the WNBA on a silver platter because one player was so transcendent she pulled millions into sport. Where do we go from here? The off-season is critical. International shipping can't remain broken. Exhibition games must be planned in global markets. Broadcast and streaming access must expand beyond borders. And labor negotiations must reach resolution, because those fans who posted their locations yesterday are waiting. They're invested. They're ready to make women's basketball a permanent part of their lives. But they need the league to meet them halfway. This is a legacy moment, a fork in the road. This is when women's basketball either seizes a generational opportunity or watches it slip away because of internal dysfunction. The fans have already done their part. They showed up from Slovenia to Singapore, from New York to New Zealand. They bought jerseys where they could. They set alarms for 3 a.m. tip-offs. They booked international flights. They declared their loyalty loudly and publicly. Now the responsibility shifts. It's on the league, the owners, the players' union, every decision maker behind closed doors. Prove that this moment is understood. Prove that the growth can be handled. Prove that the stakes are clear. World Basketball Day used to be a historical footnote, a nod to Dr. Naismith, the YMCA, and the origins of the game. This year, it became something else entirely. It became a showcase of how far women's basketball has come and how much further it can go. The Indiana Fever didn't just ask where fans were cheering from. They revealed the scope of a global movement. And if the league gets this right, if it embraces momentum instead of stalling it, we're not just witnessing a turning point for women's basketball. We're watching the beginning of something historic for the sport itself, as ode to everyone who posted their location yesterday. From Montana to Milan, from West Des Moines to Athens, from Honolulu to Cape Town. This moment belongs to you too. You're part of the story. You're the proof that women's basketball has arrived on the global stage. Now the